I'm going to call this meeting to order. Excuse me. Bailey?
Here.
Maureen?
Here.
Adam?
Here.
Dar?
Here.
Adam, Ben excused or coming?
I haven't heard from Ben, so
Okay,
I'm assuming
and
he's
Lindsay.
still
Here.
coming.
If we all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Excuse me. We'll take public comments. The City Council will receive public comments on any issue related to the agenda items. Limited discussion by the City Council may take place. Anybody? Okay, without that, we're going to do a proclamation. And I need to find my sheet. There it is. Commemorating the 250th anniversary of the United States of America in recognition of the Prescott American Legion Post 61 celebration. Whereas on July 4th, 1776, the Declaration of Independence established the United States of America and enduring principles of liberty, equality, self-government, and preference of happiness. Whereas in 250 years, generations of Americans have demonstrated courage, sacrifice, and dedication to preserving and advancing these ideals. And whereas members of the United States Armed Forces, veterans, and their families have faithfully served our nation and safeguarded our freedoms we enjoy today. And whereas Prescott American Legion Post 61 has long served the Prescott community through its commitment to veterans, civic engagement, and public service. And whereas on July 11th, 2026, Prescott American Legion Post 61 will host a community celebration honoring the 250th anniversary of the United States, bringing together citizens, veterans, military members, and community leaders in the spirit of patriotism and gratitude. Now, therefore, I, Michael H. Gerke, Mayor of the City of Prescott, Wisconsin, do hereby commemorate the 250th anniversary of the United States of America year and further recognize the commitment Prescott American Legion Post 61 for leadership in hosting the city's celebration and historic milestone on July 11th, 2025. I encourage all residents of Prescott to participate in this observance to honor the veterans and service members who have defended our nation, to reflect upon the blessings, responsibilities, and American citizenship, and to reaffirm the commitment to enduring principles upon which the United States of America was founded. I witness, therefore, I have upon set my hand to cause the seal of the City of Prescott to affix to the 22nd day of June 2026.
Thank you, Mayor.
Next is the consent agenda. The Board of Review minutes for June 8th, 2026. City Council minutes for June 8th. Park and Public Works Committee meeting of June 15th. Approval of Luke Peterson to the Cable Advisory Committee. Special event permit for Stillwater Sunrise Rotary Club Bridge and Valley Bike Rally for Sunday, August 9th from 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Freedom Park. Approval of sidewalk cafe applications for the Kitchen Table, which is 211 Broad Street, Muddy Waters Bar and Grill, 231 and 227 Broad Street, Prescott Roadhouse, 127 Broad Street. Approval amplifier permit applications, Two Rivers Lodge Bar and Grill, 117 Broad Street, Scabs Place, 145 Broad Street, Flanders Bar and Grill, 1000 US Highway 10, No Name Saloon, 114 Broad Street, and Muddy Waters Bar and Grill, 231 Broad Street.
I'll motion to approve the consent agenda items 1 through 7.
Second.
We got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Not seeing any. We got a public hearing. Public hearing for a liquor license application and fermented malt beverage application for July 1, 2026 to June 30th, 2027.
Motion to go into public hearing.
Second.
We got a motion and a second to go into public hearing. We're in public hearing. Anybody interested? Not seeing anybody.
Hi, I'm here representing Leo's Landing.
Okay, you,
My name's Janet.
well, that's still application. I guess that would be yes.
The reason for my visit today is because Leo's Landing is in a court decision by the judge, as you're all aware of. And our license is due for the liquor license, and we've had a liquor permit since 1986. We've never done anything wrong to not get a license. And unfortunately, this year, someone made a decision not to even contact us or mail it to Leo's Landing, to even inform us of the liquor license information, until I thought about it today, going, you know, you are a dirty city. You didn't even contact us after all these years in business and everything we're going through and all the money we're spending, and I'm sure you guys are spending more or even less or about the same, that the city residents need to know about these expenses. And I don't know why you didn't send it. So I came today and filled out my paperwork because I think you should be proactive in case you lose, so that we don't have to be delayed in opening up. We're losing thousands and thousands of dollars a day being closed. And nobody gives a shit. All the people, all the boaters, they're coming in, destroying our place, parking there illegally. We have to keep calling the Prescott police. We can't afford to hire any security. And we've been told we can't have any, we can't operate, we can't open. So I'd like to know what you would suggest for us to do.
Matt, you have anything? with that?
Sure, right now it's in a court case, so I guess there's not much comment we can make. In terms of the actual liquor license, 356-7, right to premises, no applicant will be considered unless he or she has the right of possession to the premises described in the application for the license period by lease or deed. So that's why it's not submitted.
Okay, but don't you think it would have been proper and nice to inform people of this?
I guess to inform people of,
Inform Leo's Landing of what you're doing.
Leo's Landing, it should be well aware of the situation that we've been going on for the last 3+ years, so.
Yeah, we're aware of
This
that,
is-
and we're all waiting. And it was supposed to be like the middle of June, and here we
Sure.
are now at the 22nd.
Yep.
And my son heard from someone today that the mayor, I'm not sure who leaked this out, said that there was not going to be a decision made until September.
Well, I don't know, I don't think anybody knows when the decision will be made, so that could be, that's a possibility.
But how would the mayor know and say that to someone, and you and I don't know? Or
I
maybe
think
you know.
I think you're speculating third hand, so I'm not, again, this is a case that we.
I don't know, I
can't
just
go-
wanted to bring it up because it was somebody that said that the mayor had said this, that it's going to be by September 7th or something.
Well, I never mentioned anything about September or any other date. It said it could be a long time.
Okay.
So maybe they speculated September when they said that.
Well, I just think that everybody needs to remember to keep things, not gossiping about it.
Well,
You know,
you
if
should
we
be
want to
talking to
just,
the person that you heard about September about, not gossiping them.
yeah, I can get you a name if you would like.
Well, I don't make no difference to me.
So, but I just wanted to voice my opinion on
Well, that's
this
fine.
whole thing. Thank you.
Okay,
Motion to close the public hearing.
Second that motion.
okay, we got a first and a second going out of public hearing. All in favor, say aye. Oh, no, sorry. Lindsay?
Aye.
Dar?
Aye.
Adam?
Aye.
Maureen?
Aye.
And Bailey.
Aye.
We're out of public hearing. So we don't need another one for that, we just need to move on, correct?
Yes, I guess the one thing I would recommend, or the one thing that should be stated is the liquor license notification. Right now, the city and staff are recommending denial of the liquor license for Muddy Waters due to non-payment of their 2025 taxes. So I think what we're asking for you tonight is approval of the liquor license that are in the notice, and then make a contingency for Muddy Waters that as soon as they are fully paid, that they be issued their liquor license once those conditions are met.
So we need a motion that sounds like that, correct?
So moved.
All of 20, I'm sorry, can I ask clarification? All of 2025?
Yes, ma'am. All of 25.
Okay.
Okay,
Needs a second.
we need a second, that's what I was gonna say.
I'll second.
We got a motion and a second. Now I gotta do a roll call again. So let's go. Lindsay,
Aye.
Dar,
Aye.
Adam,
Aye.
Maureen,
Aye.
and Bailey.
Nay.
So motion carries. Then we'll take action on the public license application, permit malt beverage application for July 1, 2026 to June 30th, 2025.
So that's what we just.
That's what we
Oh,
just-
there's 7, I'm sorry. Okay, and we just, so then we'll go into the report of standing committees and commissions. Finance Committee has nothing. Planning Commission was on July 8th. Park and Public Works Committee meeting was on June 15th.
So we talked about the non-motorized boat launch repair and maintenance items that are going to be on the agenda later. We also talked about the alley improvement potential, design, and potentially the city looking to redesign it. If a person who is looking to purchase one of those properties isn't able to come across an agreement with one of their neighbors due to some drainage there. And then we also looked at some really, really beautiful riverfront signs that are informational, and those are going to be out for final design and go to council, correct?
Yes, once we get the concept plans updated from the company, we will bring them to council for approval.
And then some more signs that are congruent with the other public park signs at Sunset Park.
Thanks, Lindsay. Next meeting is July 20th at 2026 at 5 p.m. Health and Safety. Next meeting is Monday, July 13th at 5 p.m. Personnel, next meeting is to be determined, still not determined.
Yes, I'm going to talk to Maureen after this to
All right.
next steps on that.
Public comments. The City Council will receive public comments on any issue not related to agenda items. Limited discussion by the City Council may take place. However, no action will be taken on any item. This includes receiving written requests and documentation and possible action at a future meeting. Okay. Hearing anybody?
I do have a comment.
Okay.
Well, Jeff is going to comment too.
You want, Adam, you want to do it
Go
first or you want
ahead.
Jeff?
No,
Okay.
all right.
Jeff, I did get everybody.
Tremendous. All right. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jeff Ryan. I've been in Prescott for 37 years, taught at the high school for 37 years, and lived in town for 36. So 36 for 37, that's a pretty good average. Just want to give a little background information, the backstory of our proposed event on August 8th at Freedom Park. Currently, I teach civics, geography, AP, U.S. history, and First Nations history. And I teach the First Nations history class for college credit through the University of Wisconsin Green Bay First Nations Department. And I've had a lot of help from people, not just there, but from around the Midwest regarding authentic First Nations Indigenous education. One of the things that we've been able to do in Prescott, with phenomenal support from the school district and the city, has been to embrace educational opportunities for people to learn about Native people through an authentic, firsthand basis. For the past 25 years, Prescott students and community members have been taking trips to the Lac de Flambeau Indian Reservation for 4 days to learn firsthand from Native people, history, government, contemporary issues, culture, all of it. And we've had over 500 people from our community that have made the trip over the 25 years that we've had this relationship, and we're really proud of that. And to sort of celebrate that relationship, we're talking about having this event at Freedom Park on August 8th with generous support from the Prescott Foundation and a couple other groups to bring traditional dancers and a drum group from Lac de Flambeau, and also a drum group and dancers from Prairie Island, since we are on the land of the Dakota, to bring traditional dancers and singers to kind of celebrate that relationship. And it's just really going to be a tremendous event. And that's kind of the backstory of it. And we know that the state of Wisconsin back in 1989 passed a law signed by Governor Tommy Thompson in 1990, that school districts must teach tribal history, government, sovereignty, at least 3 times during a student's K-12 education. And one of the things we've done in Prescott is we've really embraced that. And we've had fantastic support from school boards, superintendents, and again, to learn about Native people from Native people is the best way to do it. And this is just kind of a celebration of that relationship. And I will say this, the people in Lac de Flambeau, I know you think this is patronizing, but it isn't. The people of Lac de Flambeau have come to Prescott several times and just rave about the town. They talk about how welcome they feel every time they come into the city. They can't wait to come back. And that's really exciting for me as an educator and as a citizen of the town. So that's kind of the backstory of this event. So I don't know if anybody has any questions or anything, but
Well, it sounds like you've taken that requirement and really gone above and beyond, and that's amazing.
I think I've had a lot of help, a lot of help.
And I hope everybody will come.
I hope
It's
so, too.
turning out to be a great agenda. The program is looking fabulous.
And dance too.
Yeah.
Participate, have that opportunity to
We
do that.
can
Mary
get to
Cookie.
dance.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'll be there,
fantastic.
100%. Very
Thank-
exciting.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks, Jeff, for being here. All you do.
Okay, Adam, if you would like.
Yeah, just wanted to speak on a topic and subject that has kind of reared its ugly head recently in our local community, in the schools here. So just taking a quick moment here, I'm speaking as not only elected member of Prescott City Council, but as a father and someone who cares deeply about the safety and well-being of every child in our community. There seems to be a growing concern in our local schools involving bullying, specifically around racism, and students targeting other students, especially kids of color. This is not something new that has happened. It's happened numerous times going back years. This has hit close to home with me, with my kids and their friends, and my neighbors. Every child in Prescott deserves to go to school feeling safe and respected and included. No student should be mocked, threatened, excluded, or treated differently because of the color of their skin, their background, or who they are. Bullying and racism can have serious effects on a child's mental health, their confidence, school performance, attendance, and a sense of belonging. This is not about blaming one group of students, parents, teachers, or school leaders. It's about recognizing a real issue and responding with urgency, accountability, and compassion. Families need to know that when incidents are reported, they are being taken seriously, documented properly, and followed up on with clear communication. Students who are harmed need support, Students who engage in bullying or racist behavior need meaningful accountability, education, and intervention. I recognize that school policy falls under the authority of the school district and school board, but this issue does affect the broader Prescott community. When I learned that teachers, current and former, have observed some of these incidents, I was completely dumbfounded and shocked. The city can still be a voice and a partner by encouraging communication between families, school leaders, community organizations, and local officials. I'd like to see stronger reporting procedures, better support for affected students, age-appropriate education on respect and racism, and opportunities for parents and students to be heard. This should not be a political issue, it is a community issue. Our message should be clear that racism and bullying have no place in Prescott. I'll be logging a formal request for a copy of the school's state-mandated anti-bullying rules and inquire as to what steps are being taken on this issue. Every child belongs, every child matters, and every child deserves to be safe. As someone who dealt with bullying myself growing up, while not racially charged, I can relate to the lifelong trauma and issues this can create in a young person's life. To all the kids out there who have been victims of bullying, know this: the opinions and mean intentions of those that bully you do not define you. I am proof that you can overcome this and have a successful life and a loving family. You can achieve anything you put your mind to, and the opinions of others do not degrade you, they do not reduce your worth, and they do not remove your value to the world. You are loved and have all the opportunities in the world in front of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Adam.
Here, Adam.
Thank you, Adam.
Anybody else got anything to say? Okay, then we'll go to the next one. It says the recommendation of denial of the Sidewalk Cafe application for 202 Broad Street North, Twisted Oak in Italian Corner. As I was telling Matt, I kind of brokered a deal between the two of them, and they both got 3 tables, and they're in compliance as of right now. So what would you like to do with that?
My recommendation is if they are in compliance, that we get a formal layout. So the issue that we had was basically that each business submitted their own layout that did not comply with the other one.
So you want to have
And then they tried to make everything fit, it didn't, and then we got a complaint for ADA accessibility. So I think if things have worked out, that the 2 owners of the businesses sign off on just a layout and make it the approval tonight contingent upon that we receive that within 30 days of this meeting.
So, motion to table this resolution then until,
I would my recommendation would be motion to approve it with the contingency that we get an approved layout signed by both businesses within 30 days.
30 days.
We'll get it right away.
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right. So do we got a motion for the,
Yeah, do you want to do Maureen, or
Maureen, you want to finish that motion then?
I would like to table it.
you want to table it?
What
I'll
would
make
be
the motion that,
benefit of tabling it?
you want to table it versus motion on it?
Well, she does.
I do. That was my motion, but it didn't get a second.
There's no second, so
I make a motion to approve a contingent application for Twisted Oak and the Corner Italian Sidewalk Cafe, pending that they apply for a new application combined with a new layout within 30 days.
I'll second it.
we got a first and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Next, we have the resolution 2926, providing for assurance, sale, and delivery of $2,075. Oh, yeah, you got an extra zero. $2,075 general obligation promissory note serving 2026A of the City of Prescott, establishing the term and conditions thereof, directing their execution and delivery, creating a debt service account thereof, and awarding the sale thereof.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm going to turn it over to Sean Lentz with Ellers, who's
Okay, there you go.
our financial advisor, to walk through the sale and the results that were received today.
2 million. Not this 2,000.
Okay, it does look like I can. Mayor and council, good evening. I'm Sean Lentz with Ellers.
Was at a meeting, I think it was about a month and a half ago, where we talked about the pre-sale report for the financing here in 2026. Subsequently, I know at the end of, it was at the end of May, you had a meeting where you made some final adjustments to your capital improvement plan, and the projects being financed tonight represent that final list that the council agreed to move forward with. Where I would like to start this evening is, as part of the process, we work with city staff on putting together a prospectus that gets sent out to potential bidders on the issue. And the other thing that we do in preparation for the sale is we update the city's bond rating. And I think, as I've mentioned to you folks in the past, the city has an excellent bond rating at a AA3 level, particularly for a community the size of Prescott. AAA is the best, AA1, AA2, and AA3. I believe the council has the more detailed report. It's just a couple pages long, but what I'd like to do just for a second is just summarize it for the council this evening. Why do you have that AA3 rating? The report does a nice job of hitting on some strengths and challenge areas. The strengths, they look at the city having a solid local economy. They note that as a community that's really close to the Twin Cities, that's beneficial, and also that given the uniqueness of Prescott, tourism is a nice addition to your economy that many other communities don't benefit from. Secondly, and this is certainly a testament to staff and the elected officials here at Prescott, they look at your financial ratios. There's a bunch, I won't go into all of them, each one and each percentage, but they look at you as having a very strong fund balance and thus very strong liquidity. So if you think about that just in terms of personal terms, if you got money in savings, that's considered a credit strength, because if something bad happens to you, you lose your job, some sort of illness comes up in your family, you can weather those storms better, and Prescott has that. Challenges, and again, these are more things that I would say are out of the city's direct control, but relatively speaking, particularly to other AA3 rated communities, Prescott's smaller in size operationally. Okay? And also, again, not something that is a negative at all, but when you look at Prescott compared to AA3 rated communities all around the country, you're a little bit lower on the resident income ratio. So again, those things are not things you have in direct control, but when they look at ratings, it's not just what the city staff and the council do, but it's just the general demographics of the community in general. The other thing that I've found to be helpful for city councils and city staff to at least be aware of, not that this should drive your decisions, because your decisions encompass a lot of different factors, not just your bond rating, but they do also a nice job of saying, hey, if you were striving to get a better rating, what are some things that could lead to that? Economic growth and growth that continues to drive resident income going up, and the full value per capita that ultimately drives an increased growth of the operations of the city. So it's very, just think about the city over time, from back in the 90s through the early 2000s to where you are now. That has occurred over time, and I think will continue to occur into the future. Second is long-term liability ratio declining to 120%. So you're currently at 170, and this is just it's basically a reflection of your debt and what percentage your debt is of the long-term liabilities. It's mostly your debt. Right now, you're at 170. They target a 120. This is a ratio that we see as being elevated across Wisconsin right now. And it's a factor that if you as a city, and most cities in Wisconsin, choose to proceed with capital improvements, you really have one way to deal with them, and that's the issuance of debt, because it's the only way you can finance them under levy limits. So if you look at the factors that could lead to a downgrade, if you were to grow to 250%, which is a significant increase from where you are now, that would be something where they'd look at you as compared to other AA3 rated issuers around the country and say, well, now we're starting to see maybe a little pressure that would put some thought into whether that AA3 rating is still appropriate for the community. Also, the other one they note is where your fund balance is at. As I mentioned before, the city's is very strong right now at that 120%. But if you were to bring it down to a level somewhere around 35% or lower, again, they would give some consideration to lowering the rating at that point. All told, just as again, going back as a summary, it's an excellent rating, and it really does help when you're securing financing. And to that end, we ended up getting 5 bids on the just a little bit over $2 million. That's a strong number to see on an issue that size, a $2 million issue with a number of bids, $2 million issue paid back over 20 years. The bidding was very tight too. Baird ended up with the best bid at 3.829, and the second place bid was 3.86. So you can see they were very, very close bids. And even the high bid was under 4% and not very far off from the best bids there. So that was really good to see. I'm going to go to the next slide here. Focus on this section over here for a second. The true interest rate, the winning bid, again, about 3.83%. The pre-sale report that I discussed with you a couple weeks ago was at 4.27. Interest, principal and interest projected at that time was about 3.13 million. With the best bid today from Baird, about 3,050,000. So about 80,000 less in cost over the 20-year life of repayment of the financing. Projects, again, going back over your capital improvement plan and discussions you had about that, Orrin Road reconstruction, Campbell Street design, TAP grant project engineering and design, and probably the project that's moving the fastest, I would imagine, Matt, is the fire truck project. The interest rates and the impact based on the winning bid today, the annual payments will be right around $152,000 a year over the next 20 years. The interest rate would be locked in if the council accepts the bid from Baird today. But in 2034, if lower interest rates were available, the council could take action to either refinance the issue or start making prepayments with cash if you wanted. If interest rates go up, you're locked in, and you would be able to pay this for the whole 20-year term of the issue. Okay. Closing date is the middle of September, so that'll be the funding date at which point the city would receive the funds and have those available to pay for the ongoing
You just said
projects.
September, but isn't it?
Oh, I'm sorry, I read it wrong. July.
Okay.
I'm sorry, yeah, July 13th. Yeah, so somehow I had the 9 in my mind looking at that. But yes, July 13th, 2026. So a little less than a month out. Mr. Mayor, what would be needed to approve it is approval of, accept the bid, the winning bid from Baird, would be approval of that resolution that you just referred to at the beginning of this discussion. But prior to taking any action, if the council or yourself has any questions, of course, if Matt had anything to add as well, be happy to try to answer those questions.
Motion to approve resolution 2926.
Second?
We got a motion and a second. Roll call. Bailey.
Aye.
Maureen.
Aye.
Adam.
Aye.
Mark Dar.
Aye.
And Lindsay.
Aye.
That's been approved.
Great. Mayor, council, thank you very much.
Thanks, John.
Next up is the Resolution 3026, declaring official intent and reimbursement expenditures from proceeds of borrowing. Matt.
Thank you, Mayor. So before you tonight is the resolution that is required as part of the Safe Drinking Water Loan Program that's being submitted for funding for well number 4. I won't go over the extensive history, as I'm sure you're all aware, but basically, in order to come into compliance with PFAS regulations through the United States EPA, we are undertaking a well treatment project at well number 4. As part of that, they require a reimbursement resolution. This resolution tonight is in no way appropriating money for the project. We still will have to bring the plans forward to go out to bid and go through that whole process. But basically, the safe drinking water loan application is due by the end of June, and this resolution has to be accompanied with it. Right now, the plan is, or the estimate for the well is just over $4.4 million. This does not take in financing. Some good news that we've heard on that is because it is completely PFAS related for treatment, unlike well 3 that we had to do look at PFAS and nitrates, we got a lower principal forgiveness. It sounds like the DNR is looking at a 70% principal forgiveness amount for this award to treat for PFAS, so that would be good news if we end up getting that, but the final decision will be made at a later date. So basically what this just allows, gives approval for us to make those expenditures throughout the project and then get reimbursed through that program as we're undertaking the project.
Just a quick question, is it a similar design to what we did on the other well, like a GAC system, basically reverse osmosis and then through a carbon filter? Is that what they're gonna do?
The well 3 design was reverse osmosis because that was the only system that could treat for both nitrates and
Yeah.
PFAS, but then on the waste stream, we added ion exchange.
Yep.
So this will just be a full ion exchange for PFAS. It will not have any of the RO or.
And it does
nitrate
all of the different versions of it? Okay. I make a motion to approve the resolution 3026.
Second.
We got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? That passes. Next is Resolution 3126, approval of repairs and maintenance to the non-motorized boat launch for a total cost of $62,052 from Luke Besker Masonry. Not Adam. Matt, sorry.
Thank you, Mayor. So we've been working on this with the Parks and Public Works Committee now for the last couple meetings. The last meeting, we got an updated proposal from Luke Busker Masonry. In order to save some funds, 3 things were removed. First, the fabrication and installation of the new stone plinths will be removed by City Public Works. The bench seats will be removed, and then the old cast iron bowls will also be removed. That will leave the remaining items. That's a total cost of $62,052. Additionally, with that, Luke Busker Masonry has put together a secondary quote for a Phase 2 project, and this will be consistent of putting larger boulders for shoring up the shoreline, putting together geotech landscaping fabric. And then one of the things the committee wanted to look at long-term was the possibility of adding a ramp, so for kayakers, when they do park and are carrying their kayak, they can use that ramp to get up and down.
Yeah, that'd be super nice.
That would be great.
So that will be something that'll be in a future edition. It is included in your packet. The total estimate right now is $69,600, which we'll be reviewing as part of our capital improvement plan that we'll be undertaking this year for 2027 through 2032.
They're gonna remove the field stone?
They're not going to remove the field stone. They're just going to tuck point it.
Okay. I was gonna say, that's pretty cool.
There aren't any DNR regulations related to rebuilding a retaining wall on the St. Croix?
No.
Oh,
That's a
In terms of
shock.
shoring
Yeah.
repairs.
I'm
It's like
surprised.
the only thing.
I know. I was gonna say.
Well, I think since it's a repair mat, right? and
Yeah,
not
so
a
this
new
first
one?
phase, we haven't checked on the second phase yet in terms of adding the boulders. We'll have to look into that. But generally speaking, when the DNR knows you're shoring up and trying to preserve existing shoreline,
Yeah.
they're generally in favor, but we haven't looked into that second phase yet.
okay. Well, you wouldn't be able to do that in Massachusetts.
No. I would make a motion to approve resolution 3126.
Second?
We get a motion and a second. Bailey,
Aye.
Maureen,
Aye.
Adam,
Aye.
Dar,
Aye.
and Lindsay.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is Resolution 3226, informing the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources on the Prescott wastewater treatment plant. Matt?
Thank you, Mayor. So every year we are required, per DNR standards or requirements, to do a report card on our wastewater treatment plant for the year prior. So before you tonight is that treatment plant, that report card called the CMAR, or the Compliance Maintenance Annual Report. Unfortunately, I think as we're aware of, that we had a rough year at our treatment plant, mainly due to some extended period that we were working with SV Labs and having extended, I guess you could call it nutrient loading or pollutants being discounted or put into the system. So from July through September, we were working on that, and that's ultimately when in October of 2025 we brought up the shut-off notice. Since that time, SV Labs hasn't had any issues, and we've been good. So hopefully our report card jumps back up for 2026. However, due to those 3 months of issues that we did have, our treatment plant overall score went down to 2.34 out of 4 in 2025, compared to a score of 3.66 out of 4 in 2024. Mainly that was due to the issues we had. The COD and BOD received a grade of D, and the phosphorus received a grade of F. Those are the two main culprits that were being, because of the product that was being made at SV Labs, and then the waste stream that were being put into the treatment plant. So again, I just want to speak, SV Labs has been fully compliant. We haven't had any issues since the October of 2025 discussion we've had with them, so they've been good with work with. They're working on addressing issues, coming up with a pre-treatment plan. So with that, I'll turn it over to council for comments and questions.
I mean, like, what are the repercussions of our score going down, I guess?
If we do not, I guess, receive a long-term bounce back, then they start to look at a compliance plan that they'll put together. There's possibility of, we already have, for phosphorus, we already have a penalty payment that we get
That's what I
billed
was
from the
wondering.
DNR for land conservation that then they take and put towards other projects. So we have to pay Pierce County soil and water, and then also St. Croix County goes to a portion of it as
Versus
well.
paying ourselves and fixing the problem? We're gonna give the money to the county? I was just being facetious now, okay, I'll just stop.
Now,
I'll just stop.
didn't SV Labs pay a fine for,
Yes, so they received a fine for us for basically breaking the industrial sewer discharge agreement. So that is what we took care of in October, and they have fully paid that amount, so.
I was asking, is their fine gonna pay our penalty?
Yes, the fine fully
big
pays
enough.
our payment that we
Okay.
had to.
It just goes to other project versus fixing our phosphorus issue. Right? Is that what I understood from the county?
Sorry, say that again?
So when they pay the fine, it goes to the county puts in a fund, it goes to like fixing things and for grant money or something like that, or?
I'm not fully sure how the counties, when they get the payment, what the DNR program, how they put to it. From my understanding, it goes to making repairs that shore up shoreline and make it so watersheds are less total suspended solids get into, the river, basically trying to improve things like that.
It's just interesting, it wouldn't go towards us fixing stuff, but it's okay. Seems like the logical approach.
Okay, so we're gonna need a motion.
Motion to approve Resolution 3226.
Second.
We got a motion and a second. Lindsay,
Aye.
Dar,
Aye.
Adam,
Aye.
Maureen,
Aye.
and Bailey.
Aye.
Okay, that one passes. Then we go, Resolution 3326, approving professional service agreement with Eris Associates, Inc. for design and master plan concept for Prescott Business Park. Matt?
Thank you, Mayor. So we discussed this at our May 27th workshop, moving forward with AIRS. We did reach out to them after that meeting and got an updated proposal, as we didn't need engineering work from that original one. So the updated proposal is before you tonight for $11,000, which includes 3D dimensional model for the plan, and then also fully colored renderings that will help with the goal of marketing the Prescott Business Park under 50 acres and working with IEG Commercial. So we'd be having 2 meetings with AIRS that would help with the pre-draft of looking at the vision of what we want to accomplish, and that would be with IEG Commercial since they're the one marketing the sites. And then we'll have one follow-up for changes and modifications. And then once we have that, we'd be able to utilize those sites not only for IAG commercial, but also the city to market the business park and give full rendering visuals for the long term, which we can also, will help us if we have grant applications for infrastructure and things like that.
Make a motion to approve Resolution 3326.
Second?
We got a motion and a second. Bailey?
Aye.
Maureen?
Aye.
Adam?
Aye.
Dar?
Aye.
Lindsay?
Aye.
That approved, is approved. Other business. The board review meeting, it will be Thursday, July 16th at 4 o'clock. We're now going into closed session. Closed session appears Wisconsin State Statute 19.85 1E, deliberating and negotiating on the purchase of public properties and investments of public funds, or conducting other specified public business whereas competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session. School resource officer agreement with Prescott School District.
Motion to go into closed session.
Second.
We're in closed session.
We have to do a roll call.
Oh, we have roll call that one? Okay.
Right?
Let's go. Lindsay,
Aye.
Dar,
Aye.
Adam,
Aye.
Maureen,
Aye.
and Bailey.
Aye.
We're in closed session.